So the results quite obvious.
And what results are those?
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. It's time for This Week in Boxing. So before I start by This Week in Boxing, I'm going to let you know that I'm not sponsored or I do not get paid by Amir Khan. Yeah, people think I'm sponsored by Amir Khan because I said that comment. Believe me, not true. Ade, let's go ahead. Let's start with last night's fights. Chocolate or Roman Gonzalez versus Edgar Sosa.
Speechless, ridiculous. I don't know what to say about a guy that has probably one of the best, if not the best, knockout record in boxing. I don't count Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry, I'm not having that. He's fighting no one. This guy's fighting a legit guy at his own weight. Ridiculous. And
especially at that weight to knock people out. It's hard said.
It's true. Those weights, they go 12 rounds all the time, don't they? Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Chocolito. Guys who know boxing,
the real Kid Chocolate.
Yeah. Everyone knows about Chocolito. Everyone who reads boxing, everyone follows Doug Fisher, everyone who reads Ring Magazine, ESPN. We all know how good he was, but he never got no showcase. Everyone saw him on YouTube, on videos, and streaming or whatever. What you saw last night was what boxing fans known for years. He is elite. Yeah, he has talent, he has ability, and his high ranking on pound for pound list, where people have him as high as number 3, number 4, number 5, is worth it.
See, the problem is, though, I'll be honest, and he has a problem. The problem is he's at a weight division where money fights aren't there. They simply aren't there. And what I see a guy that almost like Nonito Donaire might try and go up in weights to chase big money fights. I think he's got 112 pounds. And let's be honest, who knows about the 112 pound division?
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? He might have to go up, and he might go up to the 120, 126 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
It's a huge amount of weight. For a small guy, it's
to carry that kind of weight.
Impossible weight. For big guys over. Oh,
it's not a problem. We're talking about we're talking a burger, a couple of drinks, and you're there. You know what I mean? That kind of weight. But he might look at him and think, look, I've got the power. Can I carry the power up? You never know. Look, there's a certain Manny Pacquiao that carried the power up from a lower weight class and see what he done. You never know. It's possible.
It's possible. And think about
the right injections.
Okay, let's move forward with our GGG versus Willie Monroe Jr.
I'll say something very quickly before you even talk about the fight. Last night I was at home chilling, going on Twitter, and I was just about to write a tweet saying I've got a strange feeling about this fight. Thank God I didn't do it. You know what? Everyone was talking like, I saw so many interviews from pro boxing traders saying Willie Monroe has something to cause problems, and I think even in our pre-fight video we kind of talked about like he's got so much confidence and he's not doing the trash talk. He's just there thinking I'm going to show you guys problems. Happy I didn't talk.
Talking about our pre-fight video, I said that he will come at this fight with mad credit because he will do certain things and try, but he'll still get. I say he'll lose within 6, and he did obviously lost in 6. But the point I'm making is that we knew that I thought that he would cause certain problems, and I think he done himself very, very proud last night.
I think he done himself proud as well. I mean, look, he's not done any worse or any better than any other fighter that's fought, and he came and he had a go.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a go. He didn't run. He had a go.
I think he done better than most. I think he's done better than GG's last 7 opponents.
I thought Daniel Gill done alright, you know. Until Daniel Gill got hit with that detonator bomb.
I know, but it was the second round or third round. It was really quick.
He done as good as Curtis Stevens and Rosado. Maybe that's the thing.
I think he done better. I think he done better because Willie Monroe legitimately won a round or 2. Yeah, he stood his ground and traded back. Willie Monroe's got some fucking fast hands. And when he pulled the face when he got hurt in the second round when he got dropped, but he weren't scared of it. He weren't scared of it, and he actually stood. And GGG was calling him in saying, "Well, you're not fight. Can we fight?" But I think even GG was surprised at how many times he got hit in the face with flush shots.
The problem for anyone fighting GGG is that you're going to need to find a guy that is super fast, super powerful,
has the balls to stand there.
And I don't know if that boxer exists between the 160 and 168 division. I don't know that. Honestly, I know everyone's talking Canelo. Canelo's not super fast.
No, he's not. When you reach the high levels of boxing, your IQ, your intelligence comes more than your boxing. When you say that punch hurt, I ain't gonna take that again. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and you adjust around those factors. Monroe done the totally opposite, and that actually made it a competitive fight, a good fight, and it actually gave him a shot. Not that he was gonna win, but it actually gave him a shot. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna land my punches. I'm gonna get off on you as well. There were times when GG was progressing on him, and Monroe was near the ropes, and Monroe got the better of GGG in those exchanges. That never happened before.
No, it didn't, and it's weird with GG. Sometimes I always think this could be so far left field. Is he trying to show he's vulnerable to kind of open the door for other fighters? I'm serious. Look, I'm not trying to take no credit away from Monroe Jr., but sometimes look, no one wants to step in the ring with GGG. It's a step factor, and I feel like it's Cotto and Canelo watching that fight thinking, I see little chinks in the arm here. And I feel like, is he showing them on purpose? Look, I don't know, but Monroe done very well, and credit to him.
When I was watching the fight, I thought, wow, Monroe's getting us some shots. Monroe's trying. I thought, GG's calling him in a little come. You see GG calling, say, come on, let's do this then, come on. And I thought there was a bit of play acting as well. But in the post-fight interview, GG said, yeah, I done it on purpose. You know, I'm going to make these guys want to fight. I'll give the fans entertainment. I give the fans what they want. They enjoy the fight. Why blow out 1-2 rounds? Make a fight. Give entertainment.
I genuinely believe
that's what he said. That's what he said.
When GGG hurts you, like he did in the second round when he put him down twice, that's normally game over. And I almost feel like, did he take the foot off the gas? What was he doing? I honestly feel that GGG could have got him out there soon.
Kellerman said to GGG after, the only performances, it kind of shows the other guys, gives them to come fight. He said, yeah, I make these guys, no GG talks, yeah, I make these guys think they can fight so they could come along and then, you know, we make a fight. And you're like, boy, he's taking the mick.
Yeah.
Canelo put a tweet out last night.
Go on.
Saying that,
didn't know this, breaking news.
He said something along the lines of, when GG, he said, when I step to middleweight, I see no threat or no fault with me taking over the division or something like that.
Okay.
Which means he weren't impressed with the performance.
Yeah, but also means that he's not stepping to middleweight now. Yeah. See what I mean? So it's like, I'm not going to fight GGG next. They know what they're doing. Look, GGG is what, 33, going to be 34 very soon. They're waiting until he's 35, 36.
Exactly. I was going to mention that. I believe Canelo would fight him right now.
Yeah, so do I.
But also, like I said last week, Golden Boy have their stake in Canelo. And Oscar said midweek after the fight that we'll fight GGG in 18 months, 2 years time, you know, when it builds up. And I think that is a way of saying when he gets old. That is not Canelo saying it, but you know, they said he's 33. In 2 years time, he'll be 35 coming on 36, Boxing's a young man's game. There's not many fighters that hold that. And with GGG's style of fighting, where again, he's engaging with fans to make it more entertaining, you could possibly wear yourself out.
Yeah, you could. The only thing is, he's not going many 12 rounds. No. One thing as well, attendance yesterday said was 12,937. I don't know if boxers know this, but there's not many boxers in America. And remember, he's not American. Mayweather won't do that without comps. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Even Pacquiao nowadays ain't getting 13,000 watching him. Cotto maybe as well. There's not many. Canelo definitely. There's not many that can do it. That's not bad going.
No. And
it's not a good B-side. Monroe's not exactly a big B-side.
No, I think taking to the strength as well that his promoters are not stateside either.
It's a big firm. Taken to a state as well, the fact that it was on the back of the huge Pacquiao, huge Canelo, Kirkland. I'm impressed with those numbers. 12,000 attendance.
I'll tell you what those numbers tell me. Is that people like to see a fight.
Yes.
And sometimes we all talk about the beauty of boxing. We love technical ability. We love it, but sometimes general public just want to see a fight. And with GGG, like he says, it goes a few rounds, I make it last, I'll give you a fight. And that's what he's done. You
can only guess what the kind of attendance he'll get if he has a good, strong B-side. Or even better, he's the B-side, he has a good, strong A-side with him. No one can tell me this guy's not pay-per-view. I'm not having that excuse for him. I'm starting to really feel sorry for him. Like, I genuinely like him more than I like any other boxer in terms of the way he talks, everything, the way he presents himself, is the whole package. And even his next fight, I'm going to ask you his next fight, no one's going to step up.
There is no next fight.
No one's going to step up. Will Peter Quillen step up? Why is no one stepping up?
There is no next fight.
I feel sorry for him,
That's the thing. You said he should go up to 168 a few weeks ago.
I just say it. Anyway, I can't see anything else.
And I said, no, I think he should do what he's doing because, you know, let him grow into what he has to be. You know, I'm trying to say, because then he will drop. If you can drop to 154, that means you're not really a guy that can really make 168.
I agree.
So I think let him grow naturally and be what he should be. But you're right, it's getting to the point now where people are kind of criticizing Monroe fight because they're saying he's Monroe. But like I said, if you look at the top 10 rankings right now, GG's beating everyone that he can possibly fight because the other guys that are in division won't fight him.
Alright, so who next for him? If I'm telling, give me one name that he's gonna. Then again, Monroe came from nowhere, so I'm putting you on the spot here saying give me one name. But one name. Who does he fight again? He said he's gonna fight again probably September, October. Who does he fight?
I'm only gonna throw his name out because this person said he wants to fight, and I think again, I think it's tight. I think it's skillful. I think he could get stopped reasonably quick, and that's Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs said he wants to fight.
Absolutely
destroyed. Again, remember I said a few weeks ago that I said as good as Danny Jacobs looks and I like him and all his ability, I can't see him winning world title and I can't fault his boxing and his technique.
Fight GG definitely win.
But I can see Monroe being a world champion, and I think Jacobs got more skill for him. It's just Monroe showed durability. I don't know if Danny Jacobs got the durability.
What about someone like Austin Trout? A guy that would kind of looks like he can go. He thought he lost at 157. He's been in there again. Again, you can kind of you're putting been in there with Lara and Canelo. We've seen how he's done with Lara and Canelo. They might look at that to see how GGG pays off of him.
Could be, but
decent-ish name.
I think when you look at when you look up someone like Trout, who's obviously rebuilding himself, GG's is a risk. It's just a risk. I don't know where GGG goes. I've watched this space because I don't have a clue. All right then, let's start with the news, and I'm going to start with the big news I think this week. Kid Galahad fails a drug test.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asked about this one.
Yeah.
Boy. I'll be honest with you, before we even got, we've got some ignorant people in the world.
Yeah.
Someone posted a picture of Kid Galahad against a bodybuilder and said, Kid Galahad ain't taking steroids. Come on, this is what steroid does. I think, do people think this is what steroids do in this day and age? Really think this is getting muscles?
Let me start and give you something about steroids. No, let me start with Kid Galahad got caught with stanozolol, which is also known as Winstrol.
Yes.
Yeah. And basically what it is, it converts, it takes away body fat,
yes,
and enhances muscle, but it doesn't make you bulky.
Yeah.
It's mostly used for athletic ability, i.e. speed, endurance, power. You know what I mean?
All the things you need in
boxing or in sports. That's why it's commonly used by most athletes who get caught with drugs. Yeah. Also, it's hard to detect as well.
Yeah.
It's not just a standard, you just catch it straight away.
Yes.
Yeah. What you have in drug use and steroid use is residual effect, which basically is you use steroids for a certain period of time, then you come off them, so you no longer, so you could pass the drug test, but you still got the results of the drugs.
Yes.
So you're still as fast, as strong, and have ability.
I.e. Justin Gatlin.
Good example. Yeah. So the point I'm making is that I'm not saying Kid Galahad done it, but what he was taking is perfect for him. He said in the statements that, look at the size of me, I don't need drugs or steroids. Well, if you were taking Winstrol or stanozolol, it was not going to affect your size like that.
Yeah, you're never going to put on bulk.
You will look normal, you will look cut and ripped, but you won't put on bulk.
Yeah. Look, again, like Ryan said, we're not saying yes or no about it. We're kind of just answering a few questions that have been chucked us up on our YouTube video. And people say, of course Kid Galahad won't take it. How do you know what someone would take and would not take?
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't know. If he has taken something and the ban stays for 2 years, then we are probably talking, I wouldn't say career over. Look, you know, boxers have come back, Dylan White's come back, and now he's still a big marquee name. But it's a massive shame because I honestly thought he could have caused problem for Scott Quigg. I never thought that for Carl Frampton, but he was in that mix. They were talking about him when they were talking about those two, and it's a big shame if that has that. Big shame for the stable as well.
Exactly.
I think.
Before we go from the stable, what you mentioned about Dylan White and Galahad is two different things slightly. Whereas heavyweights peak later, and Dylan White's a big guy, so he could walk around. At the lighter weight classes, it's a younger man's game. You can't stay. You don't have guys at that weight.
36 years old.
Exactly, it doesn't happen. Two, you got to stay at that weight all the time for 2 years with no fights. It's very, very hard, especially as you're a growing man. Your body changes.
Yeah, I put a tweet out and I said, what do people make of it? What do people think of it? It's like people are like 50-50. Some people are like, yep, 100%. You know, why would your brother spike it? It doesn't sound a bit true. And some people are saying, no chance. You know, I've known Kid Galahad for years. So people are on the fence with it. And it'll be good to see. I think he's got another hearing to kind of see what happens there. 2-year ban is strong, but I get the boxing needs to clean up the sport. And if he has taken something, I don't think 2-year ban's long enough. Because it's a sport where you're going in there and you're physically hurting someone. I don't think 2-year ban's long enough. I think it's a lifetime ban for people that do drugs and boxing.
I agree with you 100%. I think it was Liam Smith put a tweet out saying that me and my brothers fight have arguments all the time. Neither of them ever try spiking with steroids. I've got brothers as well. I mean, I'm not saying he's lying, but that is a huge statement to say.
Massive statement.
Me and my brothers, as you've been about me and my brothers.
They fight, they bully, they do everything.
We go crazy sometimes on each other.
Worst you're getting is an F off and walk out the house.
I mean, you don't spike your brother with steroids. Know what I mean? I'm not in bad. Even if you got into a fist fight, spiking your drink with steroids is
when you know what you do and you know that's the end of your career. Strong.
It's a bold
statement. In any way, again, these are statements that have been put out on our YouTube, Twitter page. This is not us saying it, but people have asked the question, so we're going to put it out there. Does in any way cast any little shadow on the Ingle gym?
I will say yes. And the reason why I'll say yes is that all steroids counts. I've always mentioned before, people know there's always accountability. If Kid Galahad is telling the truth and his brother spiked him, then no. But like I said, there's a lot of speculation around saying, boy, he was taking steroids or whatever, blah blah, from this whole story. Yes, because people know these things. People know these things. I mean, like I said, like I mentioned before, we all go to gym to go to certain places, and we all know who's taking steroids and who's not taking steroids.
Okay, good point. Right.
No.
Let's move on, man.
Let's move on.
It's a big one, that. I bet we're going to get loads of comments on that.
Might get loads of stick on that as well.
We love stick. Bring it on.
Okay, I'm going to quickly start with something quickly about Mayweather Pacquiao. I don't want to talk about it no more. But last week we mentioned that there was rumours that it was going 5.6 million for the view. They've announced this week that it's currently at 4.4 million buys. Most we got to about 5 million. That is only US revenue.
That's what I was about to say.
Not international, because we didn't touch that part last week. Which means this fight was more than a landslide. It was bloody the best, by far, the highest grossing pay-per-view by double, possibly even triple.
Yeah, I think you could easily add on 600,000-700,000 for this country alone in terms of the numbers that bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not counting those in.
More, yeah.
And then you look at some of the bigger countries, China. Look at some of the Eastern European, you know, Russia. Some of those really massive countries now. We're talking any number. And this could be 6 million pay-per-view buys when all said and done.
I think for sure. Yeah. I think for sure, without a doubt.
Mayweather's upside. Mayweather's right. He's walking around with $200 million.
No, exactly. No, that's what I said. His upside, as it stands right now, not including the international revenue, is up of 200 million.
Jesus Christ.
He's made more money in one fight than other superstars made in their entire career.
Yeah. I said that.
And when I say superstars, I don't mean the average guy.
No, you're talking about LeBron James, David Beckham. You're talking about the big guys, Michael Schumacher. The big Tiger Woods. You're talking about the monsters.
I would like to know how much bloody Mike Tyson made totally in his whole career.
Yeah, we were talking about 300 million, I think.
That's to get my point. So in 200 million, I mean,
one fight, and we still have possibly 2 more fights left.
Yeah.
Boy, that check is going to be big.
Scott Quigg versus Kiko Martinez.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Just have to say it again because I think I didn't use my earbuds this morning.
Yeah.
Did you just say Scott Quigg versus the guy that Rendell Monroe's beat twice and that Carl Frampton's beat twice?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. The only way Scott Quigg gets anything out of this fight...
Knocks him out in 1 round.
Yeah, it knocks him out in 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah.
That's the only way he gets anything out of this fight. I'm a Scott Quigg fan and I've defended Scott Quigg so many times and Ali's been on me. And I said prior to when I got from the goals, I said this is the fight we do not want because it actually gives Scott Quigg nothing.
You mentioned it. Did you hear rumours about it or something then? You mentioned this.
Yeah. I heard rumours about when the whole promotion was going on back and forth between Frampton and Quigg. I heard the rumour from them that it's going to be him. If don't get it, it's going to be Kiko.
Wow.
And I seriously, I don't get it. It's a fight to me.
Wow.
It's not that you can't get credit from it, but it gives the fighter nothing overall. Because when you're trying to put a comparison between them, unless you beat him quicker or more impressive, you're not going to get it. And Quigg's style and Frampton's style are 2 different things. Where Frampton will outwork and bully, Quigg's a boxer. This could possibly go 12 rounds.
This could possibly be a banana skin.
No, you get my point.
Possibly a banana skin. I mean, look, we said that Eddie Hearn, in terms of offering that check live on camera, live on TV, was maybe a bit of desperation on that part. You could almost see why now. We talked about tweets that, oh, Nonito Donaire, and then Nonito Donaire saying, well, I've not been offered anything. Rigondeaux saying exactly the same thing. It did seem a bit of desperation, and you can almost see why. If this was the fullback, in terms of Kiko Martinez, we have a problem, Scott Quigg.
Okay, so you go from Frampton, Rigo, Donaire, you skip Santa Cruz, and go to Kiko.
Is he still ranked in the top 10? Who, Kiko? Would he be flirting around 9?
One thing I want to say, what I've said about this fight a minute ago takes nothing away from Kiko Martinez. He's a very, very good fighter, a multiple-time world champion. There's no shame in fighting him, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you project certain levels,
and then you drop down,
you drop down to a guy that's lost twice within the past 2-3 years to your main rival, it brings it to the table. Andy Crolla versus Darlis Perez for the WBA title.
Is it regular belt or proper belt? I haven't checked.
I'm sure it's regular.
It's a regular belt,
I'm sure it's regular.
Dun dun dun. I hate these fucking regular belts, man. I'll be honest with you. I hate them. I absolutely hate them.
You hate the belts. I don't like this fight. I hate this fight.
Yeah.
I think Crolla's a good fighter, but he's coming off a bloody career-threatening, life-threatening injury. Got hit in the head with a brick. His first fight back as a world title. Yes, he's been sparring, but I'm sure people he's sparring with are not going to go for the kill. I think this is a very, very dangerous and risky fight. I'm not sure what to think.
Yeah, I think as soon as the fight was mentioned, I was like, what? Don't get me wrong, I mean, as a promotional aspect, okay, well done for getting him this sort of regular interim, whatever belt it is. Well done for getting it. On a more health and safety aspect, I'm thinking, why is he not had a little stay busy fight in a 6-rounder on the undercard of how many ever shows Eddie Hearn puts together? Chuck him on the bottom of the card.
In his hometown.
4-rounder, 6-rounder, okay, you're fine.
In his hometown, get that crowd behind him, build something for him, because you know he's had a tough time.
Obviously they've done all the medical checks, 100%, they must have all come back right, but mentally, where are you after all that?
As a fighter, he will not turn it down.
Yeah, he won't. Big money as well.
Of course, he's a fighter, and I'm trying to say he's going to do what he's going to do. That's his job. He had no problems with the fight. He's not even looking. As a fighter, he knows there could always be complications in boxing. People get hurt, people get injured. So he's taking those. He knows it's already. That's part of his life. That's part of his build-up now. All fighters have.
Yeah.
Still, it doesn't mean don't mean it's a good thing.
And you mentioned sparring as well. There's no way anyone in the sparring is going 100% at him.
Of course, no way.
No way. They're holding back big time. Just as a human being, you'd be nervous to go sparring on your friend, even though he says he's okay. When you know someone's had that kind of injuries, you'll be like, you'll be holding back no matter what.
McDonough versus Kameda rematch has been authorized. McDonough said on ringside in the week that they're talking about a rematch.
Yeah.
There was a rematch clause in Kameda's contract, and he's exercised it. So now he has to go back for the rematch again.
Go back for the rematch.
Most probably he's not going to win. He's not going to win. No one's going to win a purse bid with Al Heyman on the PBC.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Bad. Very, very bad. Look, there's good points to it in terms of he gets out there. He wants to, look, he says he enjoyed everything about being in America. The kind of the fight build up. It was different for him. It's something he's never experienced before. But that being said, it was still a very good, competitive at some pages matchup. You've got rid of Kameda, and that's that one tick. Get rid of him, move on. Floyd Mayweather does it every time. Doesn't go for rematches all the time. Sometimes when you get rid of a hump, and it was a hump, don't go back to that hump. You've moved up, move on from the hump, and go do your super fights you want to do. Don't go back to Kameda.
I think Kameda won the fight.
So do I.
He got dropped early, but from that round 5 onwards, he dominated the fight. And I thought it was a right decision and a fair decision. Just because it's a fair and a right decision, it doesn't mean that the other person cannot improve. Kameda was a threat for those first 5 rounds.
For the first 5 rounds,
and showed the power.
Out there,
and showed the power. McDonough adjusted. Now that Kameda knows that,
I think it's just too risky. But like you say, Al Heyman, it's PBC. If there was a rematch clause in there, he's exercised it. Then he knows he's ready for that rematch as well. Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna stick with PBC for a second. And go with Steve Cunningham.
Yes.
Steve Cunningham has been in main events for years. Has agreed that he loves main events. They've been good for him. They bring him good money. They gave him good fights. His contract expired, and now he's signed with Al Heyman and is going on to PBC. Does that show? Okay, you mentioned this previously. That just shows that Al Heyman and the PBC is going to kill other promoters. Main events were our promoter of the year last year. And we both rate what they've done with everything. Even the promoter of the year, with a good camp that's giving fighters good paydays and good fights, and HBO exposure, Showtime exposure, cannot keep their fighters.
No, unfortunately, every promoter, unless they have that one marquee standout, is dead in the water right now. It's that simple. It's either you work with us or we run over you. And Cunningham's a name. He's getting on in age. You can't blame him. He's probably looked at and he's probably thought, I can get a last 2, 3 good paydays. They even might do him up against Deontay Wilder, you know. You see what they're doing with Deontay Wilder right now. You never know. So I want to blame him, but at that age and what he's done in his career, I can't blame him for chasing the money in the last 2 or 3 fights.
I'm not blaming him.
I know he ain't getting paid well by main events. He ain't going to get paid
good money.
He's not going to get. I don't think he's getting high 6 figures.
I think
mid 6 figures. I think. I think 200-300 grand a fight. I think the only people that will stay with their promoters are the main men in their team camps. I.e. Cotto will not move. Canelo will not move. Kovalev will not move. They're the main guys. They're being looked after the best. Anyone else? Well, good luck.
Match room announced the big card this week. With Smith versus Fabrici and a whole bunch of other fights.
I watched Liverpool lads.
But on the undercard, they got Rocky Fielding versus Brian Vera. I think that's a tricky fight. Brian Vera's pulled more than 1 or 2 upsets in his career. I mean,
so this won't be an upset. I think it'll be an upset if Rocky Fielding beats Brian Vera. I'm like, okay, yes, Brian Vera. Unless I've missed something, Brian Vera's deteriorated in the last year. Not for me.
He lost his last fight to William Monroe. He put in a very good performance to GG last night.
And I think they're looking at the fact he got knocked out in BKB by Rosado. People need to look at the Chavez fight.
Go look at the Andy Lee fight. Go look at the Sergio Mora fight. Guys that I rate are 10 times better than Rocky Fielding when he fought them. I mean,
all those guys, and this is no disrespect to Rocky Fielding, all those guys that Thing have lost to, I think will beat Rocky Fielding.
Sergio Mora was a world champion.
Will beat Rocky Fielding.
Beat bloody Vernon Forrest. Chavez, again, world champion at middleweight, now I'm trying to say.
Will beat Rocky Fielding.
Will beat Rocky Fielding. Andy Lee, current middleweight champion.
Will beat Rocky Fielding.
You get my point,
Monroe Jr., after yesterday's performance, I know, will beat Rocky Fielding. The speed will be too much. Rosado, BKB will beat Rocky Fielding. Look, I like the step up. I think it's a very risky fight, and I don't know I don't know what Matchroom are kind of. I don't know if they know what they're doing with Rocky Ford. I think all their eggs are in the basket of Callum Smith. I've almost forgot about Rocky Ford. They would never put Callum Smith in with Brian Vera.
When I read the press release, I was like, what?
Well done to Rocky Ford, though.
Yeah.
He wants to step up. He wants to step up. Big step up, though.
No, big step up. Very big step up. Now, I mean, let's
good card, though.
Very good card.
Very good card. Well done, Matchroom.
Klitschko Fury is now going to purse bids. They were negotiating, and they couldn't get a deal sorted out.
Doing what? Well, we didn't know. Did we?
Okay, I don't get this one confused. Why go to a purse bid you can't win?
Who?
Who?
Who can't win it? Warren, you think we definitely...
Warren of Hennessy can't win the purse bid. The only person that ever won the purse bid against Klitschko was Povetkin with that bloody 18 million or 21 million, whatever it was. It doesn't mean the fight can't happen in the UK, but when you just agree to the terms generally, because of the purse bid, you're going to get, obviously Fury's going to get the much lower end of the money. Yeah. It's going to be the B side in everything. If Klitschko wins. Yeah. If you negotiate and get one A side element, won't that be a benefit?
I just think that Warren might look at all the figures here, might look at Wembley Stadium, might look at ticket sales, might do a cross promotion from some sort of TV company, could be an ITV, you never know. You never know, that one fight, you never know. Like, you know when you kind of like what they said about Barry McGregor and buy in time slots. You know, everyone thought it was an ITV contract, it wasn't an ITV contract, it was a time slot contract. He might put in something gigantic, you know, as a purse bid.
I don't know.
I don't think you can beat thing, but you never know.
With all this money tied in Box Nation. Yeah. Giving the fight to someone else will overall hurt Box Nation, I think. Agreed. Yeah. But I understand your point. But what you mentioned was a good point. Maybe they don't want to win the purse bid because to actually put that money down as a guarantee will be huge. Hell of a lot of money. You're right. That's a different perspective. To put down a UK venue for end of summer day to get Vladimir over here, that purse bid must be at least 6 to 7 million. Yeah, easy. Yeah, 6 7 million. At least 6 7 million. I think maybe. And you've got to get a backer to front that check. Yeah, you've got a bit of backer to say yeah, and you've got a guarantee you can sell at Wembley, which I don't necessarily. By the way, this Wembley thing, and a lot of people have been talking about it recently because of Froch Groves. Amir Khan Brook is the only other Wembley fight for me that could do it. 80,000 tickets. It's a phenomenal number. It's a phenomenal number. In any circumstances. Everyone's like, yeah, Fury, Klitschko, Wembley, done deal. No! I'm sorry, no. 80,000 is a huge amount. Maybe Old Trafford, 50, 60, but 80,000 at Wembley, that's no guarantee, people. No guarantee. Versus Porter set. Yep. Broner's already started these Instagram and tweets. He's calling that bitch Porter, that Mrs. Porter. No, Joe, I don't read many people's tweets, but Broner's I don't even go to it. Yeah, I'm the social media junkie. Yeah, I know you are. Yes. Let's go. Okay, Tony Alea Jr. Who? Tony Alea. Who's that? Former boxer. Well, boxer was 154 contender back in the early 80s. Went to prison for rape for 15, 16 years. Jeez. Came back out of prison in the late 90s, had a couple fights, then went back to prison for 10 years. Bloody hell. Died of a drug overdose, a possible drug overdose in the gym midweek. Okay, gonna repeat myself again, people. You might get bored of hearing it, but I've said this before. Me and Ryan have said it so many times. Why does boxing not have that, that almost, it's hard to explain, where basically, boxing's the only sport I think is when you're done, you're done. Yeah. No one cares about you. When you're done, you are done. Boxing's the only sport, when you're forgotten, you see, you just seem to be forgotten. Tony Alea was a good fighter, very good fighter. The thing about what bugs me with this fight is that the signs were there that he had 52 years old, spent 26 years in prison. Half his life. Half his life in prison. Half his life in prison. Yeah, I think once. Yeah, I guess that's another video. We're not going to get into politics and stuff, but yeah, you're right. It's just a shame, but again, it's another. End of every This Week in Boxing, there always seems to be something about some sort of tragedy. Yeah. You always find these tragedy ones, right? This week's fights, we got the fight I can't wait to see, Durrell versus DeGale. But okay, where are you then? Very quickly, where are you? I know we've done the video, but where are you on that video as we are right now? A week to go, who wins? Okay, my decision will change mostly by midweek again, but based on McDonald's win, a close win over Comida last week, I'm now edging with DeGale on the split on points. Yeah, I'm going for DeGale stoppage now, by the way. Before I had it as a close win for Durrell. You did, because I thought that as much as they're 50-50 fights and I don't see no one getting a knockout in this fight, I thought that the hometown advantage will play in Durrell's favour. Yeah. But that's taken away now. Because they're on the flip, yeah, exactly. But on the flip side of that as well, what I'm speaking to people in the industry there, everyone keeps saying that DeGale is on point right now and just that much fresher
I know you don't look at his Instagram stuff, do you, either?
Nah.
His Instagram stuff shows he's really not
He's just
about
that much fresher. And the role, as good as he is, everyone's talking about the role of 3-4 years ago. What he's potentially doing, not what he's currently doing.
Yeah. What other fights we got? I think.
No, Friday night you got a big card in Germany. You got Mike Perez versus Povetkin.
Yeah.
You got Manu Char versus Leopai, Zappai.
Yeah.
Challenger's called the Pie.
Yeah. Either one of those could be Anthony Joshua's next opponent. I think they will be. The winner of that is Anthony Joshua's next opponent, or even the loser. There you go, guys. That's this week in boxing. Another big video, loads to talk about. Every time we start these videos, I always think there's never going to be that much. Nothing's happened. Then Ryan has this list where so much has happened in a week. This is only in 7 days.
This is what I do every day, mate.
Yeah, that's true. There you go, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, tweet, email us, follow us, all the usual. Thanks for watching another edition of This Week in Boxing. Cheers.